वेलकम टू योर चैनल LOT Loads of Talks. स्वागत है आप सबका. India-China standoff has taken an ugly shape in the border, and both the countries are in a war-like situation currently. On one side, where China is trying to gain control over the LAC, वहीं दूसरी तरफ वो नेपाल और इंडिया के बीच में फूट डलवा कर वो खुद नेपाल की जमीन हड़प रहा है. Till now, they have captured 11 villages of Nepal, and Nepal simply watched as a spectator. China is also trying to gain control over the South China Sea and planning to create a corridor where they can control the commerce and all the rich minerals contained there. But in सब के बीच में there is one voice which is making more noise, and that is boycott Chinese products. This video doesn't intend to influence the thinking process and the sentiments of the people, but it includes only facts. And if you like these facts, please share it with as many as people you can. And please like, subscribe and share this channel. Since the India-China standoff and the death of our 20 Indian soldiers, the rise of the nationalism and the intense feeling of Swadeshi movement has led to the boycotting of Chinese products. From Sonam Wangchuk to Milind Soman and Kangana Ranaut, all are supporting this movement. But 100% की एक बात, is India really ready to boycott the Chinese products? India and China are two of the fastest growing economies in the world. However, दोनों देशों के बीच के रिश्ते हमेशा से ठीक नहीं रहे हैं. Both the countries have gone to a full-fledged war in 1962, 67 and 75. And we all know about the 2018 Doklam issue. And China's unflinching support to Pakistan आग में घी डालने का हमेशा काम करता है. Does India really need to boycott the Chinese product? In order to understand this, we will have to understand the India trade relationship and the role of China in Indian economy. No matter how much we say, China is a strategic trade partner for India. India imports more than 16% of its goods from China. The 2020 current deficit between India and China is huge. India exports only $16.6 billion worth of goods, whereas it imports $65.1 billion of goods, which means that there is a trade deficit of $48.5 billion, meaning that India is importing 7 times more than that of exporting. आसान शब्दों में, it is the export minus the import. The negative value that we get is called as the trade deficit. वही अगर हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर की बातें करें, whatever India produces or manufactures or whatever India exports, उसके सारे components चाइना से ही आते हैं. And just to give you some figures, India imports 20% of auto components, 70% of electric components, 45% of consumer durables, 40% of leather goods, 70% of pharmaceutical ingredients. Whereas in COVID-19, where India became a pharma hub, and which was only possible because of the raw materials that were supplied from the China. Even all the solar batteries are being imported from China. And as per the stats, more than 34% of the raw materials are being imported from China. As per the study released by Brookings India, it states that the total amount of current and planned investment has crossed $26 billion, amounting to 1,98,000 crores of investment. China has also focused on FDI investment in India, wherein it has majorly focused on funding in startups. Till now, it has funded more than 75 startups, whereas out of which 18 companies are the unicorn companies in India. Our hungry startup ecosystem business model and the growth is dependent on the funding it receives, but not on the revenue generation model. And to sum it up, here are some of the list of the companies where the Chinese firms have invested. Big Basket has more than $250 million from Alibaba Group and TR Capital. Baiju has more than $50 million from Tencent Holding. Delivery has more than $25 million from Fosun. Dream11 has more than $150 million from State View Capital and Tencent Holding. Flipkart has more than $300 million from State View Capital and Tencent Holding. Hike Messenger has more than $150 million from Tencent Holding and Fosun. Ola has more than $500 million. Snapdeal has more than $700 million. Swiggy has more than $500 million and Zomato has more than $200 million, and the list goes on. If we talk about the mobile market share, then the Chinese manufacturer holds more than 66% of the market share in India, and this report is as per the first quarter 2020, and some of the leading brands in mobile sector in India is from the Chinese manufacturers. Xiaomi leads the Indian smartphone market with a year-on-year growth of 6%. Vivo grew 40% year-on-year in Q1 2020. Realme grew 119% year-on-year in Q1 2020. Oppo shipment grew 83% in Q1 2020. Guys, here we really need to analyze the situation that why dealers and vendors are happy in selling the Chinese products and smartphones in the market. And the reasons are that the Chinese provide a budget smartphone for the masses which fits into their pocket. The second reason is that the Chinese company, they offer commission based not on the amount of sale they make but on the amount of promotions they do. Whereas in Samsung model, the commission based to the dealers and the vendors is based on the bulk amount that they sell. If we talk about the employment generation in India, then the Chinese investment and firm companies, they constitute more than 30% of the employment directly and indirectly, which is based majorly on the investment that they have made so far in India. As per the report of Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, more than 27 million youths have lost their job due to this COVID-19 lockdown. And in this situation where most of the companies are laying off their employees, in this recession, TikTok parent company ByteDance has announced to hire more talents in India and globally, wherein people will be getting chance in coding and other genres. But what is the real problem with Chinese investment? China is aggressive with its trade and investment policies. It wants to be the epicenter of manufacturing and commerce, and this can be seen in the South China Sea tussle. According to App Annie's The State of Mobile in 2019 report, India saw a 165% increase in App Store download between 2016 and 18, out of which 50% of top downloads combining iOS and Google Play in India 2018 were those of the Chinese firms such as UC Browser, ShareIt, TikTok and Vigo Videos. A study conducted by Arca Consulting in India shows that Chinese apps in India ask for 45% more permission than the number of permission requested by the top 50 global apps. At least 6 of the 10 popular Chinese apps including Hello and ShareIt as well as browsers such as UC Browser asks users to provide unnecessary access to camera and microphone on their smartphones. The other major problem for India could be that China is trying to make India dependent on it. In all this tussle, where does India currently stand? In financial year 20, India's current GDP growth is at 4.2%, which is lowest in the current series. India is still trying to recover from its economic aftermath. But there is another side of the picture as well that we need to see. More than we need China, China needs us. With its current declining GDP growth, China has not set any growth target in 2020. China जानता है कि India is emerging as a global leader and a global market, and that's the reason वो कोशिश कर रहा है कि वो जितना हो सके इंडिया के सारे मार्केट शेयर को कब्जा कर सके, leaving behind its foreign competitor. And this is the reason why China has been investing more in infrastructure, digital projects and digital paths. And China has been churning billions of dollars from Indian market. And this is where they do not want to leave the Indian market. They do not want to lose it because of the largest consumer market in the world. Currently, both India and China, they are not in a position to lose each other. Now guys, let's analyze the situation. Boycotting Chinese product is not going to be so easy because the momentum that it picked is going to get reduced with the passage of time. Because इस तरीके की attempt boycotting Chinese product has not been just now but has been attempted earlier as well, and it has failed drastically. With utmost honesty guys, the movement of boycotting a Chinese product is going to be remaining with us for few months only. It's not going to remain permanent. The reason as to why I'm saying this is because during this moment of boycotting the Chinese product, OnePlus company, which is a Chinese company, they launched a flagship mobile of OnePlus 8 Pro on Amazon and it went out of stock in just 3 minutes. जी हाँ, सिर्फ 3 मिनट में. And there is another company, Chinese company, which launched a new laptop and it went out of stock in just 2 days. So we may have the will to boycott the Chinese product, but definitely we lack the willingness to do it. The question arises whether India can really escape from China's dependency, और क्या वो आत्मनिर्भर भारत बन सकता है? And the answer is yes. India can become the Atmanirbhar Bharat. India needs to heavily invest on infrastructure. Due to the COVID-19 situation, most of the manufacturing companies are moving out of China, and India has the potential and the opportunity to grab all those investors in their land. Ease of business has to be made even more smoother. India has to ramp up its manufacturing sector for exports. Unlike China, where bank lends loan to its companies at 6% rate and India at 11%, India has to rethink its lending policies. Where China gives 17% subsidies to its exporters, India can rethink and revamp this the same. In-house manufacturing has to be given immense pressure to reduce the imports. Investment in bigger projects like solar power can bring huge scope, which already has a success story of Chennai and Kolkata airport. Looking for a new business and trade partners, not to give 5G project to China, but invite other foreign partners in association with Indian telecom company. Set up EU-like policies where it safeguards people, privacy and data, and put a block at data and security breach from foreign companies. The FDI policy where it requires government approval, requires fast-track process and delivery for the job. All of the factors and the points that I discussed now consist of a long-term solution for India to escape the Chinese dependency. But looking into the current short-term situation, India is not in a position to lose China, and neither China is in a position to lose India, because both the countries' GDP is now crumbling, and amid its tussle in the border, both of the countries, they are a strategic partner and they both require each other, one as a business hub and one as a trade partner. And given the COVID-19 situation, जहाँ पे unemployment भारी पड़ी है अभी, and if we try to boycott the Chinese products, then you can imagine the amount of unemployment that is going to happen in India. And I say there is going to be an acute unemployment in India if this happens. However, if there is a war-like situation happens and the Chinese company may have to leave the country, then the Indian government will have to arrange a plan of action to meet the short-term acute losses to its citizens. From revenue generation to the movement of money, and the export and import should not be affected. At least it should be into the same pace as that of as it now. It is difficult, but definitely not impossible. The problem with the Indian economy is that it believes in sharing economy, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But at this current point of situation where our enemy state and countries are aggressive, we need to have some aggressive approach. We need to follow economic and trade policies aggressively. These are some of the ways where India can reduce the Chinese dependency. But given the fact that, guys, again I am saying that sentiments or emotions अलग होता है, and then again running a country is different. जिस जुबान से हम अपनी सरकार को बोल रहे हैं boycott Chinese product, when this happens and there is an acute unemployment, इसी जुबान से हम सरकार को गाली भी देंगे. And we need to understand this, that we are not in a position to handle the economic losses, because already बहुत loss झेल चुका है अभी country. We have to make a strategic decision on that. And hereby I end this video, and like मेरे हर वीडियो में मैं कहता हूँ, respect all, love all. नमस्कारम.